Due to the accusations being brought against Sedona by Olivia and multiple other women, if you are not familiar, there are allegations of domestic and violence, all kinds of things in the nature of this video that are referenced in this video and were referenced in my last video. So let that help you make your decision if you want to continue and watch this video or not. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have some updates for you. We are going to be looking at some Sedona and Olivia updates. If you didn't watch the first part, please go back and watch that. It is on my channel. It's one of my recent uploads, or I will link it up here for you. And do not go harass these women. That is not what we're here to do, but let's get into it. And let's start off with something Olivia had to say. She made some additional content after her Who the F Did I Take to Mexico series.
So I stumbled across an article from the New York Times that I'm in, but look what it says. Just look at it. Interesting.
The allegations are false, defamatory, and misleading. Well, Olivia sounds like she has witnesses who are there, who are on her side. And you know what? So you don't really get to say that they're false or misleading when you actually didn't share your side at all. I'm going to show you guys what she ended up saying.
It's really crazy to me that the New York Times didn't even think to ask me for a quote or a comment on the situation. And not only am I now being gaslit by her, but the New York Times? Are you serious? But if we really want to get into it, here we go. Roll the receipts. Receipt number 1. This is from May 22nd, and this is when I was trying to get my things back and proof of taking accountability.
I can't believe I hurt my baby. If I took you away from this world, I would have never been able to forgive myself. Something tells me she would have been just fine. And we don't have like a phone number up here. Not that I think there should be, but we do need to keep that in our heads that while we are seeing receipts, we are not being given definitive proof. So just keep that in mind. We were not there. We are not these people, but we can still talk about what the information we do have.
What is that? Oh, New York Times, you'd eat this up. So actually, I left out some parts of the story. When I looked at her and I told her mom on the phone what she did to me, she was on speakerphone, she turned around and she did this to me. This is to her mother.
She just punched me. She just threw me. She threw me into the wall. Okay, and it looks like these other messages are after, like, as Sedona was leaving. Okay, so please just let me know you're okay. Maybe, I think she meant to say, I'm not. I'm here for you. I can tell you are a good person. You deserve better, my love. And then it looks like Olivia put on here the reason why my friends ran away in fear. Hi, are you awake? Yes, love. Do you want to talk? Yes, girl, call me. She hit me. We broke up. OMG. OMG, what? That's why I was scared to leave you. I'm so sorry. Are you safe? I hope you got away from her. I'm at the Tulum airport right now. You don't deserve that. Getting on a flight home, me too. Okay, well, that's... And, you know, here's the thing that I said in my other video is we need to keep in our heads also that there is no perfect victim. A lot of times people want victims, or they think that victims will act all one way, like a damsel in distress, like, oh, she was so helpless. No, sometimes victims do fight back. Have you ever heard of reactive abuse? I'm not saying that's what Olivia or Sedona did. I'm just saying we need to keep those things in mind. And I think it is important to examine other angles and not in a blamey kind of victim shaming kind of way, just to add to the conversation because we are not there. But I think it's still valuable to discuss these things. I don't know if you remember, but she put her hands on me yesterday too. I'm still shook up, whatever you need. Whatever you need. She's not doing this to another girl. I had a very traumatic childhood, so I don't play with shit like that. I'm black and I had a bruise on both my wrists this morning from how hard she squeezed them when she grabbed me. Shut the fuck up. I am so sorry. You have bruises. It wasn't anything major, but yes, I did notice that I had red marks around my wrist. She got mad when I called the other girl. She was kissing on a white girl. She was Just like because you were born black doesn't mean you're better than me. What the fuck? When all I was trying to do was make the girl who is literally lying and not going to mince words, you both signed an NDA. Get your nonsense offline immediately. You have tarnished our family's good name. Well, did she or did Sedona do that with her actions? Because it's multiple people coming out with their experiences and they're not good. And they don't sound just like, oh, you two didn't get along or yeah, that was an awful thing to do. No, they're serious. Time to grow up and stop being so dramatic. Your foolish actions are hurting good, innocent people. Like who? Yourself for defending someone who's being accused of abuse and you're immediately calling them good? That just seems like deflection. And if they're really seeking legal counsel, wouldn't it be in your best interest to not have contact with the people who are accusing you?
Yeah. Yeah. Another one from her mother, after I was posting on social media alluding to us breaking up. Didn't even allude to what happened at all whatsoever. And my mom and I did not sign an NDA, so I don't know what that was about. And the thing is, when you are abused, you are manipulated into this mindset that you were the one who did something wrong. And I don't know why, but for so long I felt like I needed to protect this person and their peace, even though they disturbed mine. So, if you have a good lawyer, let me know.
Yeah, I love to turn it around on you. And it's not always going to look like someone dicks you in the face and then is like, "Oh, see, you made me do that." It's not always that obvious because a lot of us women are not taught to what to look for. Well, that's a recent video, so I was kind of hoping she would have lawyered up before then, but let's look at this next one.
Gag it. No, gag it. I just want to know, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Not taking accountability? Is it worth standing behind the fact that your daughter has multiple women and the fact that you took accountability for it as well? To me, to my mother, to my family. But when it comes down to protecting her reputation and image, we're lying.
That's what they do. That's what they do. It is really hard when victims have to be told to shut up, threatened with legal action, and hear that the perpetrator has to heal. They need to heal from what they went through. So hard for them. Not that I don't think they deserve compassion in a certain way as well. It's just someone is hurting more right now. You need to go get therapy. Turn your social media off. Be done. Take a break and fix yourself and make your amends if anybody will let you make amends with them. If everything that's been said is true, what Sedona's done is indefensible. It's not deserving of being publicly defended. It's okay to be quiet sometimes. This is one of those times where it's better to be quiet.
I'm sorry, but the last thing you're going to do is gaslight me of what actually happened. Because you know what happened. We all know what happened. Don't dare do that.
I've never felt more shame about our daughter. Sedona made the biggest mistake of her life. I will realize that soon. Well, so all the other accusations didn't also make you super disappointed? Sedona made the biggest mistake of her life and will realize that soon. I reported her behavior to her coach and she's furious. Too bad I can't say sorry enough. Oh, blank. It's just so sad for everyone involved. I'm sick over it. We will figure out how to get Liv's stuff back soon. I will do anything I can. Sedona will need to be hospitalized when she comes to her senses. Liv was the best she's ever had. Is she home yet? I'm picking her up at 9:30. Sounds good going idea. Sedona is so ashamed and displaying really dangerous behavior. She wants to snap her fingers and earn Liv back. It doesn't work like that, Buttercup. Not unlike an abuser at all. Ugh, her facing her actions clean and sober has been gut wrenching but necessary. We're all aching here. Hope things are going better. So I feel like also if you're going to talk to Olivia, Like, you're Sedona's mom, you're going to talk to Olivia the way you are, or to the mom the way you are. It's better to be quiet and talk to your legal counsel that you guys have claimed to retain. Here is a post from Facebook that looks like it is by Sedona's mother. We try to keep our business private, but because our girl and Main Street Social are in the public eye, we must be transparent. Sedona had an extreme psychotic break on her birthday in Mexico. She lost her passport and, more importantly, lost the love of her life. More importantly, she abused the love of her life, I think would have been more accurate. She stopped taking her bipolar meds and remembers none of this episode. We are desperately trying to get her home to help her. Only God can fix this. No, only you and Sedona can make attempts to make amends and seek serious, aggressive therapy to make sure that this never happens again. Hope you are well and relaxed. You're safe. Don't worry. Have a good trip home. And it looks like Olivia captioned this: my conversation with the concierge after running through the hotel screaming for help and being escorted back to my room with security to get my things, and she was already packed up and ready to leave, and so I booked the soonest flight out of Mexico while she stayed another 12 days. Did she go to a different hotel room or what?
Just found out I was on USA Today, and they stated that they asked me for a comment on the situation, but they never did. Why are we lying in journalism these days? What's up with that? And to TCU, you don't think that you probably should have might have released an appropriate statement regarding the situation of what happened? There were 4 victims, all who came forward with their story. Almost 200,000 signatures.
And you know what's really hard also? A lot of times, certain authority figures won't do anything about abuse allegations because the victims won't have enough proof. And that is really hard to get anything done when you don't have any sort of proof. But I think it's going to help hopefully, at least, like, I would love to see all these women get some sort of justice, but hopefully these multiple stories coming out is going to help them get some sort of correction made for what's happened to them.
And nothing. And how many people need to come forward for it to actually be taken seriously? Like, or even a statement. NTCU, you're a Christian university, right?
Oh, well, there it is.
I would hope that there would be some moral of conduct put into place for situations like this. But no, we're gonna slide it under the rug. What? I hope nobody has to go through the invalidation that I and multiple other victims have to go through because of this. But that's the world these days, I guess.
Okay, and now let's pick apart Sedona's apology video. And then we're going to hear Olivia's response to the apology video.
All right. Hello, everyone. I have seen and heard everything that's been said and what's transpired these last few weeks on the internet. And I have been quiet because I've genuinely just been listening and taking everything in. I have been holding myself accountable and reflecting into the mistakes that I've made and the things I've done in my past in order to be completely honest and transparent.
Oh, well, choices aren't the same things as mistakes. I would think of mistakes as accidents or doing something with the right intention and causing some sort of harm. And you're like, oh shit, that was a mistake. That was a misstep. That was a miscalculation. Abusing people is not a mistake or an accident or a miscalculation. Abuse is a choice. And you know better than to shove someone off an ATV. Also, I find her body language and her face through this extremely passive. She seems extremely detached from the situation, like it's been 10 years and she's made a 180. And I find that to be gross and disturbing, and it makes me really uncomfy. Like, as someone who's been through certain situations, I might just be biased here because of my own experiences, but it's really sickening to watch someone display themselves like this who's been accused by multiple women of abuse. It's disgusting, and it shows a complete lack of empathy, growth, or accountability. Zero of those things have ever happened. if you're acting like this. And if you did nothing wrong, there would be nothing to be accountable for. There would be nothing for you to heal from. And there would be nothing for you to make an apology video about.
Transparent with y'all and hold myself accountable to the internet, right? Like I should have done a long time ago. And I wasn't ready to yet until last night. My parents were brought into this. And now my 60 and almost 70-year-old mother and father have been receiving countless death threats and getting harassed all day.
Okay, well, don't do that. I understand that she has a lot of allegations, but still don't go and threaten people, especially not the parents. I know this is a highly emotionally elevated situation, and trust me, like I've taken pause here and there too because of my own stuff. Like this is not easy to push through, but I think it needs to be discussed.
And are scared. It's cruel, it's wrong, and it's not the way that we should hold each other accountable. It's just not right. Now, I have never abused anybody in my life. That's not who I am. Now, I have never abused anybody in my life. That's not what I do. That's not what I stand for. I've never abused anybody emotionally, physically, mentally, verbally.
Are you saying that because your mom claimed that you don't remember? Okay, let's see what we can finish here. I don't know where I left off. I'm filming on my phone. Whatever. Let's just finish this.
That's not me, and that's not what I've done. That's not who I am. Now, in saying that, though, right, I know that I have not been the best partner, and I take accountability for that. I have not been a great girlfriend at times, and I have fallen short so many times in my relationships. I wanted to give my all.
Abusing people, by the way, is not falling short. It's not being the best. It's the end of the spectrum. If one side is a good partner and things just didn't work out, and you were a bad partner and you were abusive, those are two different things. You're not in the gray area from what we've heard from all these other women.
I wanted to be the best partner that I could be. I just didn't have the right tools at the time, and I wasn't that complete person.
Hey, you don't need any tools to not abuse people. There are so many other things you could choose not to do. There are people who have grown up with abusers and choose simply to not do that. They might not know like the better thing or what the opposite would be or something like that. That can be really difficult to find new pathways or ways of doing things, but you can always choose just to not abuse people. And that's the beautiful part about life.
Person that I thought that I was. And to my ex-girlfriends, I genuinely am sorry. I really am. These past 4 months and a lot of, the last years of my life, but especially these past 4 months, I have been completely off social media and locked out from all the outside noise in the world to focus on myself and to go to intense trauma therapy and to heal so much pain that's been with me, right, for so long and affecting the choices that I make and the things that I do in my adult life. I have been journaling, right, meditating, these things that I need to do in order to be the best person that I can be.
Did you journal what you did? Did we sit with that?
And consistently grow and heal and learn and develop into the human being and the adult that I know that I can be. I hope that everyone involved in this can just find peace and healing and forgiveness, and that we can move on and learn something from this, and that, you all know that in my life, all I strive to do is to be good.
No, we don't all know that. We don't, and neither do the women who've come forward. They don't know that. Who knows that? What are you talking about?
And to give back and to help people and to make this world a better place. And that's all I will continue to do. It is. So, thanks.
Hey, abusing this world doesn't make this world a better place. Causing harm isn't doing better. Like what? Terrible. Now let's hear what Olivia has to say about that.
I've just been listening and taking everything in. I have been holding myself accountable and reflecting into the mistakes that I've made and the things I've done in my past in order to be completely honest and transparent with y'all and hold myself accountable to the internet, right? Like I should have done a long time ago. Now, I have never abused anybody in my life. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. That's not what I stand for. I've never abused anybody emotionally, physically, mentally, verbally.
What kind of apology is that? First off, taking accountability and then justifying your actions in the same video is not an apology. You confessed to me, my mom, Joe, everyone in...
Yeah, I think it'd be a great time for Sedona, since she's doing all this work on herself, to look up the anatomy of an apology and just sit with that for a while. Don't even try, just sit with that knowledge for a while, because that was not an apology.
My life. I have you literally taking accountability on text message, documented. Are we serious? And I don't believe in sending death threats to a person, but I also don't believe in gaslighting somebody into thinking that what happened didn't happen. Not only do I deserve an apology, Alyssa deserves one, Riley deserves one, Faithlyn deserves one. You didn't take accountability for anything. This is a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry, but an apology is not making excuses for your actions in the same video. It's not. You left me in the jungle. You pushed me off the ATV.
Hey, also, her hands are shaking. You probably noticed that in the beginning, but I looked up there. My camera's not up there because I'm filming on my phone. Her hands are shaking. So I'm assuming she recorded this like the first or second time she watched Sedona's non-apology video.
And I crashed off of it. You didn't talk to me your entire birthday and let me literally lose my mind in that hotel room, trying everything I could to help your day until you...
Also, Olivia posted the footage that she was taking, like documenting the trip where she's alone and a lot of those things, and you can find that on her page. And I saw people in the comments saying like how sad it was now that they know like it was Sedona was supposed to be there, and she would have been in the videos, but it's just Olivia by herself, like trying to make the best of it.
And cheated on me right in front of my face with your boobies out. Remember that? Remember the video I have of that too? Yeah. There was no accountability taken whatsoever in this video, and
Let's not record other people's boobies. Let's not do that.
Think you just should have not. You hit me, Sedona, multiple times, and then proceeded to square up over me and said, "I'm 6'7", bitch. You want to know what domestic abuse is? I'll show you," because I was screaming at you, telling you to stop. And you know that.
For some reason, that hits so close to home. When somebody larger in stature, whether it's wider than you or taller than you, squares up to you aggressively like that, like they're stepping to you, like they're gonna do something, that is fucking terrifying when you are the smaller person.
You took accountability for fucking everything. You told me you were gonna get intensive therapy immediately after. But what did you do? You went and were with a whole nother woman in New York and then proceeded to hurt her because you were so blackout drunk. In case you needed a reality check, this happened in May. It's August. It's only been 3 fucking months. And if you were able to get therapy in that amount of time to rewire whatever trauma that caused you to do what you did to me and multiple other women, send that number my way, please. I honestly would have you rather stayed quiet than come forward with this bullshit excuse of an apology. So
yeah, I think it would have been better just to stay quiet too, because this was just rubbing salt in the wound. Okay, so that is it for this update video on the Sedona and Olivia situation. I hope that you guys were able to learn something or there's something you can take away. I don't like saying like if you like this video, but like if you were able to take something away from this video, even on a small level, give it a likesy poo so we can help like spread the knowledge and the conversation around, and it might help somebody too. And if you have commentary to share with the class, leave that right here. Do not go harass these people. Don't go like find them and spam their comments and do some shit you shouldn't be doing. Okay. Share this video with your besties and make sure you're subscribed so that you get to see all of my videos. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.